So the big question is, will those arguments be successful? Will that be enough to get Chauvin a new trial?
I think the answer to that question is no, for a few reasons. First of all, courts are loath to overturn jury verdicts. They want to respect the finality of the process, the jury deliberations. But in this instance, I don't think that Mr. Mitchell's conduct rises to the level of misconduct. The issue is he was asked in his jury questionnaire, as you've already stated, whether or not he had attended a Black Lives Matter protest, and he said no. And what he did was he went to the anniversary of the Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech. I actually pulled that up on NPR and looked at the advertisement for it. It's not advertised as a Black Lives Matter protest. It's advertised as the anniversary of the I Have a Dream speech. And the T-shirt he was wearing had a picture of Dr. King and then the words, "Get your knee off my neck." So I don't think that, although he's wearing a T-shirt like that, it's clear that the event that he's attending is a general celebration of Dr. King. And the other thing is, if you look at Mr. Mitchell's answers to the questions, he specifically mentioned that he had some sympathy for this movement. He said he wanted to be a juror because of how significant this moment was. And so I think it's incorrect for the defense to say that they would be surprised by, or that they'd be surprised. Now, so the deal is this: defense attorneys, and I was a public defender for 10 years in San Diego, defense attorneys, all attorneys have the right to kick jurors for cause. And they can kick someone as a peremptory challenge. Mr. Chauvin's attorneys had 15 peremptory challenges. It's pretty clear from the responses of this juror that he would not have been kicked for cause. So the question is, could Mr. Chauvin's lawyers have exercised a peremptory challenge? Well, remember, Mr. Mitchell is Black, and the Constitution bars a lawyer from kicking a juror because he's Black. And the Supreme Court has been very protective of this right. And the Supreme Court has actually looked at cases where lawyers have kicked somebody because they're Black and compared their rationale for kicking those Black jurors versus white jurors. And so these lawyers, Mr. Chauvin's lawyers, would have to articulate that they would have kicked him for something other than the fact that he's Black. And I want you to know that I went and read information about the different jurors, and I found that there was a white woman who actually said during the jury selection process that she had some sympathy for the Black Lives Matter movement, that she had a negative view of Mr. Chauvin. And I think with facts like that, if Mr. Chauvin's lawyers argue that they would kick Mr. Mitchell, but they would keep her, they're going to have a hard time explaining why they're kicking a Black man and a white woman with similar views.